PINFALL WRESTLING PODCAst. My name is Mr. Two-Time, and I have a special guest with me today, Mr. Jay Middle. John Michael, one of my good guys over here, man. How you doing, bro?
I'm doing great, man. It's good to be here, man.
I'm so happy to have you on, man.
It is my first podcast ever, so thank you for having me on.
Yeah, bro, no problem. Hey, man, how was work?
Work was okay. It actually was not as bad as it was yesterday. Obviously, it's the weekend. But, yeah.
So we're gonna get into it, man. So what did you think about Survivor Series?
Man, so much. I was actually very impressed with Survivor Series.
Yeah.
The booking that they did was actually perfect. The card was actually not fully stacked. It was just 5 matches.
Yeah.
So and I love that because it gave every single person, every match, it gave them a lot of time.
Oh yeah.
And there was a lot of great spots and a lot of shocking moments, great moments.
Right.
Actually, I loved the pay-per-view. It was very good.
Okay, so what was your rating for the first match? You have Bianca Belair, Charlotte, and
Becky Lynch.
Mm-hmm. And who else was it?
Let's see, it was Becky, Charlotte, Bianca, and Shotzi.
Shotzi, yeah.
Against Damage Control.
Yeah.
That was a great match. That spot that EO did.
Oh yeah. With the trash can?
Yes!
That shit was awesome.
Man, that was amazing. But you know what? I have to say, I got to give the MVP to Bayley.
Yeah.
Bayley was the MVP of that match.
How so? What?
Yeah, I think that Bayley was the MVP. Bayley doesn't get the credit she deserves.
Okay.
I think she's so underrated. I mean, she's so many accomplishments and everything that she's done. I don't think she gets enough credit. So everything she did in that match, by taking the spear from Charlotte, taking the bullet.
Oh yeah.
But MVP definitely goes to Bayley.
Oh yeah, that's what's up, man. So what do you rate that match?
That match,
1 out of 10. What do you rate it?
1 out of 10. I would say a solid. Let's see. I would give it a solid 8.
Solid 8.
Solid 8. That was a great match.
Yeah, I rated it like a 10. That's why I rated it as. It was a 10. Yeah, man. And what about the Intercontinental Championship match? So Gunther versus The Miz.
Also a great match. Gunther was a spot on favorite for that match. I mean, I don't know if you've heard the betting odds on that match, but he was a massive favorite to win that match.
Right.
But The Miz brought his game that on that match.
Oh yeah.
I mean, that was one of his best performances I have seen in an extremely long time. He really brought his A game. I was actually hoping he would win because I actually wanted to win Miz to get that 9th title reign and tie Chris Jericho.
Yeah, for sure.
But Gunther is just amazing.
Bro, that match with Dragon Lee and Escobar, man,
You didn't like that?
I didn't like it. It was
Really? I thought it was a pretty decent match.
I mean, I give it like a 6.
Yeah, I mean, as far as the card goes, I would probably have to rank it on towards the bottom of the card.
Yeah,
I think the rest of the matches were pretty star-studded. But those two brought it.
I mean, they fought, but to me it wasn't like exciting. I wanted to be like, just be more excited about it.
I would probably give that. I'll probably give it a 6 as well.
Yeah.
I thought it was a very good match.
Yeah.
I love that Santos hit the Destroyer. That's probably my favorite wrestling move is the Destroyer.
Yeah, for sure, man. And also, what about the men's? Like the last match.
That was also a very great match. God, hard to remember.
Tell me what you think about Randy Orton coming back.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I mean, we were all waiting for him to come back. I've seen videos of him at the Performance Center before his return, getting back in shape. He was out for a year and a half.
Yeah.
With back issues.
Yeah, because I think Jay Uso injured him. I think, right?
I don't remember.
I think him in the Bloodline. Yeah, man. And what'd you think about the RKO whenever they dropped what's Nick?
Probably so
he's done that before. Remember, he did that before another match. I forgot what match it was, but I know he did that before.
So there were 2 other RKOs that really come to mind as far as the best. Obviously, the one that gets highlighted the most was his RKO on Seth Rollins at WrestleMania.
Oh yeah.
From the curb stomp.
Yeah. Look, we check it out right there. Look.
Oh my god, dude!
Look at that. Boom. Oh my god.
Okay, so my favorite RKO up until that, because I think that's my new favorite, was his RKO on Evan Bourne years ago.
Oh, Evan Bourne.
Yeah.
He needs to come back. That guy needs to come back.
Now, I remember
he did backflip, right?
He did a shooting star press.
Yeah, that's what it was.
And he caught it. So I remember Evan did an interview and they were asking about that spot.
Mm-hmm.
Was it rehearsed? Was it not? And everything that happened on that Raw, in that particular Raw, it was like first take.
Yeah, bro.
It was not rehearsed. I mean, it was talked about, but it was never rehearsed. So when you saw it, that was the first time they did, and it was. But that right there, that's my new favorite right there.
Look at Randy, man. He's got all hyped up, man. Oh my gosh, that match right there. Look, Crossroads. Look at that. Boom.
Like Randy and Cody, the legacy. It's like Randy just letting Cody know it's yours.
Speaking of the legacy, me and my director were actually talking about that on the way here. Like Ted DiBiase should come back and they should bring back the legacy. What do you think about that?
It would be nice. Oh, well, I mean,
you think it'd be like a big pop for Ted DiBiase
to have like a legacy return? I think so. For Ted DiBiase Jr. as by himself, I honestly don't know. I don't think it would get a good reaction as what we had with Cody, but it done properly, it can.
Yeah.
It has to be done properly.
I feel like if they put like a storyline with like the legacy versus maybe like Judgment Day or whoever, whatever group, I think that'd be awesome. And then the last but not least, man, CM Punk, man, that return. I literally thought it was over because you know how they have like the last thing.
The copyrights.
Yeah, I thought it was in it until his music. I was like, oh, dude, that was crazy.
No, I have been I have been a CM Punk fan.
Look, we're gonna check it out. I'm sorry, man.
No, you're good. You're good. Yeah, let's relive that. Yeah, just like everyone else. I thought this was going to go off the air.
Yeah, see, like right there with the advertisements and up next, the conference and all that.
Yeah.
I thought like, because we all watched it last night. I thought it was in. I was like, man, are you serious? Like, because they ended at 9:30, and I was like, I was expecting it to be
that early.
Yeah. Look, boom, just return. I was so hyped, bro.
I'm marked out too. Not as crazy as everyone else, but yeah, dude, I'm marked out too. And a friend of mine in South Carolina was watching the pay-per-view. And he actually turned it off because he passed out like before Punk. So he missed it. So I had to call him or text him the next day.
Right.
And I was like, well, I guess hell froze over.
Yeah, man.
And he was like, huh? And I told him like Punk came back in Survivor Series to close the show, and he was like,
he didn't believe it.
He was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
So I sent him video of it, and he was like, oh my, I cannot believe it.
You know, a funny fact, I woke up this morning and I was like looking up something on YouTube about Seth Rollins hating CM Punk, and right here, hey Simon, give me the video real quick. He's about to pop it up.
Got you, baby.
But there's like a video of Seth Rollins like flicking off CM Punk and saying "F you," but like you know, like all that, man. It was crazy. But I don't know what CM Punk did to Seth Rollins to make him so mad at him.
I don't remember, but yeah, I have been hearing some stories that Seth does have quite a bit of heat with Punk. Again, I don't remember why. It's been that long. Okay, so I want to say it's a work because the moment his music hit, from what I heard, he had an immediate reaction. But then again, I don't know. Only Seth Rollins knows.
Right.
Because, we can only go by with what we hear, but we don't know what's going on in these wrestlers' minds.
Right.
So only he knows.
Right. Yeah, that was crazy, man. It was crazy return.
And Chicago. I always love Chicago fans. They are...
Look, right here. Check that out. Look. See, Seth Rollins is, like, pissed, man. Like...
Yeah, he's irate.
Look at that, bro. So what do you think about like the future for CM Punk? Like what do you think is gonna happen now since he came back?
I know he's gonna be on Raw Monday in Nashville. I'm sure he'll address. My best guess, I think it's gonna set up for a Royal Rumble match with Seth Rollins.
You think so for the heavyweight championship?
I think so.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be like a storyline, honestly.
Yeah. Because even though some people can hate each other, they can turn it into a great storyline. Just like with Brett and Shawn back in the day.
For sure.
They had legit heat and they turned it into a storyline. Just like Matt Hardy and Edge.
Yeah, for sure.
If they can make it to a great storyline, I think it will make for great matches.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. And so we also have your belt here, man, the $1 million belt. So So at what age did you get that, and like what made you get that belt, man?
I love $1 million title. That's my favorite title design.
Of like all?
Of all. Above every other title that WWE has ever created, the $1 million title always stood out.
Right.
Always stood out. And when I first saw it...
There it is. There you go. That's for you.
Yeah.
That's for you, man.
Ted DiBiase was one of the best heels in the business.
You think so?
One of the best heels in the business. I remember, I don't know if you've seen videos on YouTube, but I remember he brought a young kid from the crowd.
Right.
You know, I won, I think this was before Monday Night Raw was Monday Night Raw.
Right.
This is like during primetime wrestling when they were so called. But he brought a young kid on the show and he was telling the kid, like, if you can bounce this basketball like X amount of time, I think it was like 10 times without losing it, like I'll give you X amount of money. I forgot how much money it was. And he was bouncing the ball and Ted, on the last one, Ted just flicked the ball out of the way. I mean, to a little kid. So he was such a great heel.
That is crazy, bro. So what made you start watching wrestling at what age or?
So I think I was, let's see, I want to say around 7 or 8. And
what era was that?
Oh, this was during the modern era, dude.
Modern era?
Yeah. Let's see. I want to say 7 or 8. Let's see. No, I think it was about 9. I'm going to say, yeah, it was 9 because the first match I ever saw, and this was like back then, I'll never forget it. I was in Puerto Rico visiting family.
Right.
And back then, when we couldn't afford to watch pay-per-views, we would, still flip through the channels. And with certain pay-per-views, you just see a lot of static, but you can still make out some of the picture.
Right.
That's how I started watching the pay-per-view. So the first thing I ever saw was, and I believe it was, the event was this Tuesday in Texas. And it was The Undertaker and Hulk Hogan. For that, I got drawn into my favorites from back then, the Big Boss Man. Another one of my favorites. He was one that I loved a lot because every time I saw him, it reminded me of my Godfather. I feel like there was a small resemblance.
Right.
But I love the Big Boss Man. He was one of
that's awesome.
Yeah. And then back then it just grew. I love Jake the Snake Roberts. He had such an intimidating promos. He always did it so calmly, and that's what made him stand out.
Yeah.
Tag teams, the Legion of Doom.
Oh, bro, the Legion of Doom.
My favorite tag team of all time.
I remember them. I remember watching them. Damn, man, that brings back so much memory watching the Legion of Doom.
Yeah.
Man, I'm so glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
So what live, like, what's your first live show you've been to?
So my first live show was actually in, I want to say, it was in the late 90s. Either early 99, maybe late 98. I'll never guess, I got to see some of the greatest that are actually no longer here. Got to see Vader perform.
Vader?
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Got to see Savio Vega.
Savio Vega?
Yeah. And
he was actually at Backlash at the pay-per-view.
Yeah, yes he was.
That was a great pay-per-view.
Yes, it was.
Great.
That was in Puerto Rico.
Oh my gosh, that was amazing. Bad Bunny did his thing, man.
I'm so impressed.
Shout out to Bad Bunny.
Yeah.
Shout out to Bad Bunny.
Okay, look. So musically, I'm not a fan of Bad Bunny, and I'm gonna say the same for Logan Paul. I'm not a fan of Logan Paul, but
you have to love him as a wrestler.
I respect both of them because it's hard to maintain the work these superstars do, right. And for Bad Bunny and Logan Paul to do what they've done with the amount of training time that they had available, they killed it. So mad respect to Bad Bunny.
Yeah, that match was great.
Oh my god, it was so good. Yeah,
even his entrance whenever he came out, it was like the biggest pop.
Yeah. And with Logan Paul, and I got to shout out Logan Paul for his match with Rey Mysterio, for what he did, saving. I feel like he just saved his life from a career-ending injury.
So speaking of Logan Paul, what's your thoughts on him being the U.S. champion? Who's gonna go after Logan Paul now? Since
as far as him winning the title goes, I think it was the right choice. I don't have an opinion on it yet.
How do you feel about it? It's just like
I don't feel great, or I don't feel bad about it either. I like to see him to defend it. I don't know when he'll do that, but that Logan Paul can go. Do you remember that spot in the Royal Rumble with him and Ricochet?
Oh yeah, where they jumped off.
When they collided.
Yeah.
Bro, did you hear that smack?
Yeah, I did. That shit was loud, bro. That shit was so loud, dude.
Oh my god! So yeah, Logan Paul can go, and actually, I can't wait to see him, defend that title. And
I think Ricochet's probably gonna go after that, since him and Logan Paul have kind of like a beef. I think
possibly.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be a storyline.
Yeah, because I know when Ray comes back from injury, I think he's gonna assume his feud with Santos.
Yeah, man, that was, I can't believe he turned heel on Rey Mysterio.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, that was kind of dumb.
I'm not surprised.
So hey, man, so the Attitude Era, man, did you love the Attitude Era? Everybody loved that.
Yeah, everybody loved
compared to this new era.
Yeah, everybody. The Attitude Era is still, I think, to this day, still stands as the best era.
Oh yeah, everybody still talks about it.
Yeah.
So let's compare them. Let's compare the Attitude Era and the new era. So what was your best match from the Attitude Era, and what's the best match from the new era?
From the new era, okay. So from Attitude Era, there's so many matches you can pick and choose from.
Oh yeah, there's so many.
Dude, I'm gonna have to give it to Stone Cold and The Rock. Those are the ones that stand out the most. There are 3 WrestleMania matches back to back, and then at WrestleMania 19. It's hard to pick one that can top their feud.
Hell yeah! Hey Sam, give me a hell yeah real quick.
Hell yeah!
Hell yeah! And I actually did not know at that time at WrestleMania 19. I actually did not know that was going to be Austin's last match. So I think they did that rather quietly, which I can respect that. But
I think Stone Cold was the one who started the whole storyline kind of thing. You know, like Vince McMahon and him, The Rock.
Yeah, and everyone.
H.
And everyone could relate it to Stone Cold. Wanted to beat up your boss and get away with it.
Let me get a what?
What?
But yeah, man. I think the storyline between Stone Cold and Vince McMahon was pretty funny, but it was awesome. You remember that time whenever he drove down the aisle with a beer truck and he sprayed everybody?
Yes.
That was so awesome, bro.
Dude, when McMahon was swimming in the ring, that was just fantastic. I don't remember how that came about, the idea of him swimming in the ring, but that was just... that was such a great moment.
And then I think somebody... Kurt Angle. Kurt Angle did it with the milk.
Yeah.
The milk truck, remember?
No, that wasn't really milk, right?
What was it?
It was like just water with some, some other chemicals to make it look like milk. But it wasn't really milk.
What the hell? That's crazy.
Yeah.
So speaking of hell yeah, man, what was like the best hell yeah moment from Stone Cold?
Dude, I isn't all of them? Can I say all of them?
Yeah, you can say all of them. Yeah, man. So what about the new era? What about that, man?
So. Alright, so I'll be blunt. I have not been able to watch the new era in its entirety because I'm so broke I don't have cable.
Yeah.
So but I'm still able to see clips on YouTube and whatever, and all the pay-per-views I do have Peacock. But I'm not able to watch Raw or SmackDown or NXT.
But from what you've seen so far, like what do you
back then I see storylines have been kind of stagnant up until the start of the Bloodline.
Oh yeah.
When the Bloodline was getting started, I was like, okay, they got something here, and then they just continued to build, and they just let it run for a good 2-3 years.
2-3 years, yeah.
And so yeah, the Bloodline brought the interest back. I believe it was great stories, and Sami Zayn joining the Bloodline was just amazing.
Oh yeah, bro. So hey man, going back to the belts, man. I know you got the $1 million belt right here.
Yes.
But the other belts, like what's gonna be your next belt that you're gonna get?
So second to the $1 million title, my favorite belt design still to this day is the classic winged eagle that Hogan, Undertaker, Bret Hart, Shawn Michaels wore.
Everybody held.
Yeah, almost everybody held back in the late 80s, early 90s, mid 90s.
Right.
That's always been my favorite title design.
That's awesome, bro. And yeah, bro, I got these two right here. I think this one before WrestleMania in Dallas, and then this one down the line. I got that one.
But let me ask you though. I mean, like, what about you? What got you into WWE?
Oh,
what got you into wrestling?
Bro, like, I think there was one time where my dad just sat me down and was like, "Hey, just watch this real quick." I watched it, and I think it was like Stone Cold versus The Rock. It was the Attitude Era at the time. And that's when I was like, oh shit, this is badass.
Do you remember if it was a pay-per-view or was it
I think it was just a regular show, man, honestly. But I was just sitting there and watching Eddie Guerrero as well. And I started falling in love after that. And I went to my first show at the Frank Ernst Center in Austin.
Yeah.
Watching Eddie Guerrero, watching the old school Rey Mysterio. Like, oh, bro, it was like back in like the early 2000s kind of.
So I didn't tell you. So when I went to my first live event, it was in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and I mentioned some of the superstars that I got to see perform. But there was one in particular that I got to see perform. I had a sign for him and everything. I mean, I was kind of in the nosebleed section, so I know he didn't see it at the time. But I had the opportunity to watch Owen Hart in the ring.
Oh, really?
Yes. And
rest in peace.
Yeah, rest in peace. God, it's crazy how it's almost 25 years. And we're still talking about Owen Hart. That's how much he was loved. That's how much he was respected.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, yeah. So the fact that I got to see him perform, and I think it was right before he passed. It was like late. It was like 98.
Yeah. That's crazy you mentioned that because whenever I went to go see, I think my first match or my second match live at the Frank Ernst Center, it was Eddie Guerrero. Then the next week he passed away. So after that, bro, I was like, damn, Eddie Guerrero is one of my favorites, you know?
Yeah.
But that right there, like just wrestling, I've always loved it. I've always cherished it. But as I got older, I started understanding it more. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna buy some titles when I get older.
Same.
Because back then, I can, no parent was gonna afford spending like $300 on the title.
Exactly.
So I was like, you know what? Let me just get my own title. So that's when I got these two, man. So what was your favorite pay-per-view of the Attitude Era?
I can tell you, it doesn't matter what era. My favorite pay-per-view has always been the Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
I love the Royal Rumble. And I kind of wish they would, because I remember when I first started watching the Royal Rumble, we didn't know who drew what. Mm-hmm. You know, and I think that there were a couple times where we knew who had the last spot and the first spot. But overall, between the 80s and open to the Attitude Era, we never knew who drew what. Now, we always know who's number 1 and number 30. I kind of wish they would kind of go back and just not tell everyone. I kind of like the mystery of who's the first one to come out, who's the last. I like the mystery of it.
Right.
So we get that reaction instead of just knowing on who's coming in and whatnot.
Right. That's crazy though, man. So hey, man, we're gonna play a game. Are you ready to play a game?
I'm ready, man. Let's do this.
So we're gonna play Face Off, man. So Face Off, yeah, man.
Yeah.
So Face Off is like I choose 5 wrestlers, you choose 5 wrestlers, and then we just go from there. Like I say, Rey Mysterio, or I say Rey Mysterio versus Randy Orton, and then you pick like out of those two who will win, and then you say like Randy Orton, right? And then Rey Mysterio leaves, and then I'll say Undertaker versus Randy Orton, and then go on from there.
Yeah. Now, okay. My question for you is like, do you have a particular era of those?
Oh, I don't care what it is.
Just in general.
Yeah, just in general.
Okay.
It could be all mixed up or whatever.
Okay.
So, would you like to go first? Since you're the special guest today,
actually, yeah. I wouldn't mind going first.
Alright, I'm gonna give you guys a countdown here. Are you ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Alright, man. You ready for the face-off, bro?
I'm ready.
Alright, man. So, let's say Rey Mysterio versus Sin Cara.
Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio? Okay,
Yeah.
okay, I feel that. Okay. Rey Mysterio versus old school Undertaker.
Undertaker.
Undertaker?
Yeah, if you're talking old school, yeah, Undertaker, definitely.
Undertaker, okay. What about Undertaker versus Omos?
I'm going to go with The Undertaker as well. Can't forget how he faced Giant Gonzalez at WrestleMania 9.
Oh, man. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm going to go with Undertaker on that.
Okay.
But I don't think it will be via pinfall, though. I think it will just be like via disqualification.
Oh, probably. Okay, that was a good one. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about Undertaker versus Drew McIntyre?
That would be such a great match. Honestly, that could go either way.
Yeah.
Either way. Drew McIntyre of this era, versus old school Undertaker, like as in the American Badass Undertaker, or
no, American Badass Undertaker. Yeah.
Man, that can go either way. I mean, you can. That's like a seesaw thing.
It's like a 50-50, ain't it?
Yeah, it's a 50-50 because, like I said, it can go either way.
Yep. Okay. I think that was my 5. Okay, so now it's.
Alright,
yeah, bro.
I have some. First one, Bret Hitman Hart versus CM Punk.
Oh, damn! I'm gonna have to go with Bret Hitman Hart on that one, bro. I'm gonna have to go with that. Just he's a legend, bro. That's why. I mean, nobody ain't gonna ever beat Bret Hart.
All right. Bret Hart versus Daniel Bryan.
Oh, Bret Hart, bro. Come on now.
Oh, come on. You're talking about two legit wrestlers, man.
Yeah, bro. Come on now.
Oh, okay. Let me see here. Okay, I got one. Bret Hart versus Kurt Angle.
Kurt Angle.
You think Kurt Angle will wrestle Bret Hart?
Oh, yeah.
I would love to see that match.
That'd be an amazing match, yeah.
Kurt Angle's debut and then Bret Hart's prime in the 90s.
Oh, yeah.
I can watch that all day long.
Yeah, man.
Let's see, alright. Let's see. Kurt Angle versus... I need to think of one more person here. Because he's faced so many. I'm trying to think of one that he hasn't really faced that much. And one that can legitimately has a background of wrestling.
Right.
Okay. I'm gonna switch it up a bit. So Kurt Angle, even though this person really has not done anything yet, what's his name? The new Olympian that they signed recently.
Oh, I know who you're talking about.
You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. I think Kurt Angle, yeah.
I think he would too. Oh, you know what? Then my last one would have been him versus Chad Gable.
Yeah, Kurt Angle for sure.
I think so.
I think Chad Gable is just like a bootleg Kurt Angle.
I think he's underrated though.
Yeah, he is.
But that dude's strong.
Yeah, he is. He is strong, bro. He is strong. So yeah, man, that was the face off, bro. That was fucking awesome, bro. I like your options, bro, on that one. Bro.
Yeah.
That's fucking awesome, man. I know since we've known each other for a very long time, has your daughter ever got into like wrestling, just like how you got into wrestling?
I've shown her some matches, and she actually got to meet Bailey.
Oh, okay.
At a Comic-Con.
Right.
Yeah, I've showed her some of Bailey. She was a big fan of Bailey when she had the ponytail and was a baby face. Because by that time my daughter was young too. She was around my age.
Yeah.
So I showed her some matches. She started watching it. Lately she's kind of stepped away from it. She's just a very busy girl doing school, work, and cheerleading. So she's kind of been doing her own thing. She hasn't really been watching wrestling.
Hell yeah. So Simon, give me the holy shit moments. Remember Jeff Hardy?
Dude, that was Cesaro's strength is just unmatched. That was unreal.
Whatever happened to the Great Khali?
He, believe it or not, I just found he just had a child.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
He just had a child.
Look at that, bro. The Big Show.
That was a great spot. That was a great moment right there. I swear, Cesaro was so underrated in the WWE. I felt like when I saw him, I was like, man, this guy can be a world champion.
Yeah, for sure, man.
I've always had a knack, but when I see certain superstars, from developmental up into the main roster, I always have a knack. I can tell, like, man, this guy or this girl, man or woman, they're gonna be something special.
Oh yeah.
Watch out for them. I mean, I've usually been right.
Yeah.
I remember when when FCW was around, they were changing to NXT. I started watching it. This was like after Seth Rollins became an NXT champion at the time, but I've always had a certain knack for certain superstars, like Rhea Ripley. Rhea Ripley, for example. Now, when she came into the picture at the Mae Young Classic, her first debut, she was just a regular long blonde hair, girl. I was like, there's a lot of blondes in WWE,
Yeah.
So I was like, eh. But when she came back for the second Mae Young Classic and debuted that look, first of all, hard eyes. I was googly over Rhea Ripley. Still am to this day. I love Rhea Ripley. But that new look when she came back for the second Mae Young Classic, I was like, now that is a look. And her dominance in that tournament, and even towards NXT UK, it's like, she's going to be a major star in this company.
Yeah, man.
And look at her now. She's still just dominating. Same with Bianca Belair. I remember seeing a training video
Oh, bro, she's strong as shit, man.
When I saw the training video of Bianca before she got even started in NXT, I was like, this girl's gonna be something special. She's got something.
Oh yeah.
She reminded me of stars back then, like Jacqueline and Jazz, how strong they were back then, and I was like, she's gonna be special.
Yeah. So we're gonna play another game. It's gonna be called the mixed tag team. So it's like I'm gonna pick a women wrestler, and you're gonna pick a women wrestler from any era.
Okay.
So, like, to see who will win out of us or whatever. So my first pick of all time is gonna be Trish Stratus.
Okay.
Just because she's the GOAT, man. She's the greatest of all time.
Absolutely.
So what would yours be?
Rhea Ripley.
You think so? You think your team will win against my team?
With Rhea as the captain, definitely.
What if it's like a 6 tag match? Like I pick Trish Stratus and Lita. And then you have Rhea Ripley and who else?
That's fine. Alright. So Rhea Ripley, and I'm gonna put her in here because she had an amazing performance and she proved that she can hang with the top talents. Zoe Starks.
No, bro.
Zoe Starks.
No, bro.
Yeah.
No.
I'm gonna put her in there because she.
Salbe, give me a boo for that, Salbe. Zoe's.
I'm gonna put Zoe in there because she.
Come on,
dude,
bro.
I'm gonna tell
Zoe
you.
Starks?
Her performance last night, I feel like she.
It was good, but I don't see her as a champion, bro.
You don't see her as a champion?
Nah, bro.
I do. I think I can see her holding the title.
I can, man. Well, I mean, okay. I mean, nah, I don't see her on. Okay, so this one's gonna be called favorite interests, man. Your favorite interests of all time, whether from the Attitude Era or from the New Era, man. What was your favorite, man? Of all time that you still remember, still to this day, and that you still talk about it.
Attitude. I mean, there's only one entrance music for the Attitude Era. Only one. Okay. When people hear that glass shatter,
oh, Stone Cold, man.
You know what's gonna happen.
Yeah.
So there's only one in the Attitude Era. In this era, male or female?
Either or. It could be either or. Okay. Come on. Okay.
Yeah.
That one?
Yeah. When you hear that glass shatter, that's all you need right there.
Oh man. Yeah, man. That was. You know, whenever that song came on, you know, some shit was gonna go down in the ring.
Yes.
Definitely.
Yeah, everyone went nuts.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. So what about your woman's choice? Favorite entrance of all time?
I have two.
Okay.
Lita. Because
okay.
I love Lita. I love Lita so much. When she came in, when she debuted with S.A. Rios, from the get-go, I was like, who's the big star?
Yeah.
Like, who's S.A. Rios character?
Right.
I mean, I knew she was going to overshadow him by a long shot. And look at her, Hall of Famer, multi-time champion. Yeah, I love her. She's so gorgeous.
Gorgeous, man. Wonderful. Look at her, bro.
She doesn't age.
Nah, she does. Her
she doesn't.
No.
She's so beautiful.
So, there's some. My favorite of all time is also Stone Cold, but the Hardy Boys, man. Whenever you hear that song, come on, bro, tag team, man, you know some shit's gonna go down with that too.
Yes.
And Undertaker. Undertaker was still my all-time favorite.
That when that gong hits.
Yeah, man. And then, see, the Hardys up there. Jeff Hardy.
I followed their career throughout their tenure in WWE when they were just jobbers.
Mm-hmm.
And then when they got repackaged and when they re-debuted with Michael Hayes as their manager, like now they're on to something.
Yeah, for sure.
With a new look, and then when they fired Michael Hayes and got on their own, they got something here.
Michael Hayes!
Yeah, man.
They got something here.
That's crazy. And then my women's favorite one was obviously Trish Stratus. And I'm not going to pick Lita because you already picked it, but I'm going to say... No. Actually, I'm going to go back to the men's. My all-time favorite one is also Shane O'Mac. Here comes the money.
Here comes the money.
Oh man, that was one of my all-time favorites. Actually, when I was in the hospital and I couldn't talk, I had a tube inside my nose. I did the little shake thing, and my brother's like, "Oh yeah," I was like, "Yeah, man." So I did the little shake thing. There it is.
Here comes the money.
Yeah, show me. Let me see.
A little something like that, you know. So yeah, bro, that's all time.
Hey, maybe Shane should have this.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, Shane should probably have that. Yeah, women's, bro. I can't even think. I mean, is it Trish?
There's
Maybe.
so many.
There's so many of them. Man, I can't even pick a woman's.
I didn't get to my second one, my top two.
Oh, yeah,
and it's, I hate to say her name over and over again, but other than Lita, it's Rhea, because she's a metalhead. I'm a metalhead. Her.
So you can relate to it.
Absolutely, her entrance is done by Chris Motionless and Motionless in White, and the King of Blast.
Yeah.
That's my hat. Yeah.
That guy right there.
Yeah.
What about the Triple H? Like, cause he has three different.
He had three different.
Bow down to the
King.
King. Yeah.
I think the Game was my favorite over Bow Down to the King.
Really think so?
Yeah.
I think, bro, Bow Down to the King was one of my favorites. That's my only favorite that I like from him.
Yeah. I'm glad he was able to come out with Motorhead at some of the pay-per-views.
Oh yeah, and also Evolution. Evolution was
one of the greatest factions in wrestling history.
Yeah.
Loved Evolution.
Yeah, man.
Evolution
was awesome.
They were one of those factions that even though they were heels, you love to hate. And that's how successful they were. I mean, superstars can tell you now, it doesn't matter where you cheer or where you boo. Like, changing superstars like Dominic Mysterio, for example.
Oh, yeah.
So much hate he's getting from the crowd.
so much
hate. But it's because he's getting so much, he's doing something right because he's getting that reaction.
Yeah.
If you're not getting anything from the crowd, if they're just stale, then you're not doing something right. Dom is just being a great heel right now, and he's getting that reaction. So I love it.
So what do you think about my cousin was saying something about John Cena. So what do you think about the ruthless aggression era of John Cena?
John Cena's one of the pioneers of the ruthless aggression era.
You think so?
Well, yeah, he came in right at the start when he, came into the ring with Kurt Angle being in the ring. Asked him that question, like, what makes you think you can come in here, step into my ring, and hang out with the very, very best? And for him just to scream out ruthless aggression and just give him that slap heard around the world, yeah, John Cena was the pioneer. He was a star from the get-go.
That's awesome. What about Thugonomics?
That was a great gimmick too. I actually liked his heel. Obviously, when he became a babyface, he never looked back at being a heel.
Right.
But yeah, his Thugonomics gimmick was a great start as a heel, and then as the more he continued to freestyle, I think fans kind of gravitated to it and just started loving it more and more and more.
Yeah. No, I agree. I remember the big chain he had, the spun.
Yeah.
And then the spinner belt.
The spinner belt was a good idea at the time because it was new. And then overall, I started to dislike it more and more.
Really?
Yeah, over time.
I liked when Edge had it rated R and it spun.
Oh, I wanted to hate that so bad. But see, again, that's the reaction that they want. I hated the spinner belt over time. Like when he debuted, when he won it at WrestleMania and then brought it to Monday Night Raw, it worked. Yeah, it worked. So I liked it because it was new, it was fresh, and it fit his character. I think that design was the longest ring design that they had.
Yeah, CM Punk also had that belt.
Yeah, and he was because after he dropped it to The Rock at Royal Rumble, that was the last time. It was in 2013, I think. Yeah, 2013 Royal Rumble when he dropped it to The Rock. Right. That was the last time that design was held, so it's a long time from 2000. I don't remember when Cena won the title at WrestleMania. I don't remember. But yeah, it was the longest reigning design.
Do you remember that time when CM Punk got the belt and I think he was feuding with John Cena and he had the belt. Remember when it was like?
Yeah. That was when his contract expired.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the day, July 17th. And then came back the very next night on Raw with the same title.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll never forget that.
That was crazy. I thought that was good. So what was your favorite WWE video game? Which 2K game?
I never got into playing the 2K games.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say it is because I never owned. Well, my brother had a PlayStation, the first PlayStation.
Yeah.
He had a PS2, and then after that, I never owned a console up until the Nintendo Switch came out.
Yeah.
So I never really played the 2K games, but I have played the original. I've had 2 wrestling games. One of them I can't mention. Well, maybe I can. And they were both for Nintendo. It was WrestleMania, with had Hulk Hogan on the cover from McLean, and the other was done by WCW at that time.
Yeah.
So those were the only 2 wrestling games that I owned, and that's it. I haven't really gotten into the 2K games. I've seen footage of it, but never got around to playing it.
Man. Hey, so look, I got the C4 right here, the WWE.
Yes.
Speaking of that, did you see my display?
Dude, I saw your display on Facebook.
591 on HB.
Man, that was a great display. I was actually jealous because
it's gonna be right here. People, look, the people's gonna be right here. The display of what I did or whatever. So, yeah, man.
I built my countless displays when I work for different companies and even one that I'm in now, and I don't think anyone could beat that display.
No,
that was just, it was a picture perfect.
So how'd you react to it whenever you first seen it?
It was your titles that really stood it out.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I was like, oh my god, he's got his titles there. Yeah, yeah, and whoever came up with that idea, genius.
It was actually my idea. So here's the rundown to since the salesman said that we had those in, I was like, hey man, why don't we do a display? And I would just bring my title belt and we put it on top of the the shelf or whatever, make a whole display out of it. And he's like, oh yeah, bro. So me and him are the only ones who only knew, and then my district manager was all like, what's up with the belts? I'm like, you'll see. And whenever he sees, oh bro, that's so badass. And I was like the only merchandiser who did that shit, man.
Were you able to share that with your home office?
Oh yeah, the district manager actually put it on the website worldwide for everybody to see.
Nice.
So yeah, bro, I think that was awesome that they did that.
Yeah, dude, that was brilliant.
I was the only merchandiser who thought of that, who actually built that. So out of each company, that's crazy, bro.
Yeah, if they sign a new deal with another company, I'm not gonna mention who I work for, but I'm gonna have to, if that ever does happen, I'm gonna have to see if I can top it, which I don't think I can actually.
Oh, bro, you can top with the $1 million bill. Come on now, that.
So, we have to wait and see if they sign a new deal in the future.
Yeah, man. So tell the people on camera where they can follow you on your social medias and.
So yeah, you can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at jmetal07. Facebook is just my name, John Michael. That's available. You'll find it there as well. And that's where you find me. I think, TikTok is jmetal0707, and Instagram is just jmetal07, I think.
Can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
So yeah, bro, so we're going to end it here, man. Hey, guys, follow us on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook for PWP Podcast. Thanks for coming on.
Dude, thanks for having me, man. I hope to come back.
Yeah, we have to do a 2-parter.
Absolutely, man. There's so much
more
to
stories about your experience with.
Yeah, I got plenty of stories to tell.
Yeah, man, we'll do that next time for sure. But yeah, we'll follow John Michael on his social medias, and we're signing off. Have a nice day. See y'all later.
How y'all feel?
Good. Man.
Feel great.
Hey, amazing. Let's give a round of applause, man. Fuck yeah. Everybody's give a round of applause. Woo! Hey, number 1 done. Number 1.
Oh yeah, that was